Hi everyone, it's Dr. Damien. Today's topic is content marketing. We're going to define what it is, and we're going to explore 7 different types of content marketing that we see frequently used across the digital world. By content marketing, we're talking about the process where the firm is focusing on creating and distributing valuable and relevant and consistent content to its target audience. By creating this valuable content, the hope is that the target audience will then want to come to the brand, engage with the brand, and if you continue to delight them and satisfy them, entertain them, provide them with information that they need, ultimately the goal is that they end up making a purchase. We see content marketing being used in the offline world as well. So for example, a firm might create a branded magazine, or at the extreme level, it might create a branded movie. But when we think of content marketing, what immediately jumps to mind is the digital environment. So today we're going to explore 7 different types of content marketing that we see in the digital environment. The first type that we're going to look at is blog content marketing. By blog content marketing, we're referring to when you're adding to your website to answer specific search queries. So for example, Bayut.com, which is UAE's leading property finder website. Bayut spends a lot of time and effort updating their blog on a regular basis, and each blog post has really been specifically designed to attract and answer particular search queries. So for example, if I'm new to the UAE, I've just moved into town, or I'm about to move to the UAE, it's likely that I'm going to search for the best areas to rent a townhouse. So Bayut has written specific blog posts around these queries, the best areas to rent a townhouse in Abu Dhabi, the best places to live near the metro in Dubai. And, if I type in any of these search queries, one of the first results that will come up is by Bayut. Now, as a stranger to Bayut, someone who doesn't know Bayut, who's just moved to the country, I'm likely to still go to the blog post, I'm likely to read it, and it is providing me with something of value, some valuable information. This is going to give me a very positive experience. I'm going to be delighted by Bayut, and hopefully, when it comes to me actually searching specifically for rental properties, I will go back to Bayut and use their property finder website. Another example we have here, is a law firm. So there's an economic downturn at the present time. I've lost my job. Maybe one of the things that I type into the search engine, is what do I do? What should I do? How can I make sure I gain my compensation that I'm duly deserved? Now, one of the first results that might come back if this blog post is, specially optimized, is this one here: things you should do if you lost your job in the UAE. Now, this is not a hard sell. It's really just telling me, all the things I need to get in order. But, if I need to take legal action, maybe one of the things that will immediately jump to mind is this law firm. Another example of content marketing would be a white paper. So white papers are authoritative, in-depth reports on particular issues that provide potential solutions. So we often see the government providing white paper solutions to problems in the community. So for example, on the left, you can see a policy briefing on the impact of COVID-19 on UAE children's mental health. But companies also use white papers if they have expertise on particular complex issues. And by producing a white paper to synthesize this information, they'll be able to provide the audience with the detailed knowledge they need, which actually provides a lot of value. By sponsoring these white papers, then they're engaging with that target audience. So, for example, the example on the right is by RAK Logistics. Now, RAK Logistics is a logistic company, but they're providing a white paper on the future of free zones in the UAE. Now, if you're interested in a free zone, in doing business in a free zone, then this white paper is going to be particularly useful. However, while you're there and you're reading the white paper, you get to understand that RAC Logistics is producing and talking about it. They're going to be presented as experts in this field. And, someone who's renting free zone space in Dubai, is going to be an example of someone who probably needs a logistics company. And eventually when they do need to hire a logistics company, they might turn to RAC. Another example of content marketing is social media marketing. We won't spend a lot of time talking about it now, as an entire topic of this course is devoted to it. However, as you can see from the examples, lots of firms devote a lot of time and effort to creating wonderful, valuable, entertaining, exciting, informative content that they can share on their social media pages. So Salt, for example, their gorgeous photos, we find them valuable, shows kind of things that they offer, it looks delicious and makes us want to desire the product. I think Wendy's is an excellent example of a firm that provides entertainment. If you follow their Twitter, they're constantly making fun of McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I really find this valuable, because I find it entertaining and I enjoy reading their Twitter feed. Another type of content marketing is infographics. Now, infographics are actually often shared a lot on social media. So whether it's its own separate type is disputable. However, infographics have definitely grown in demand because of how shareable they actually are. What infographics do is that they create a graphic of complex information and data, and they present it in an easily digestible format. So the examples on the screen here, we have an Emirates infographic telling you so much about the company for its 150th celebration. Or in sort of a meta example here, we have 5 content marketing tips that are presented in an infographic. Another type of content marketing is the use of video. So video that has specifically been designed to provide value to the target audience. These videos could be informative, but more often than not, they're designed to be entertaining, so relevant and entertaining videos. So the example that I've given here, and which I'll provide on Blackboard, is a short film of 25 minutes that was created by the Marriott hotel chain. Now, the film is really a love story, and Marriott plays just a very supporting role in the film. But the film, has been created to add value and appeal and entertain the target audience. And because Marriott is in there and providing that, and we know that Marriott is creating a film, it leaves that positive feeling, and you're more likely to engage with Marriott next time you need to book a hotel. Another example that I'll place on Blackboard is BMW films. So BMW's created a series of films or action films where the star is the BMW car. Closely related to video content marketing is paid ad content marketing. The difference being, if it is a video, that the video was created specifically to be a paid advertisement. However, the video actually has so much valuable content in it that the firm then displays it on their social media, on their website. Customers are turning to it because they want to be engaged, they want to be entertained, they want to be informed by the ad. So my example here is the Volvo Trucks Epic Split ad featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme. The ad cost $2-3 million to create and was specifically created to be shown on television and as YouTube video ads. However, it took a life of its own. And Volvo displayed it on their own profile on YouTube. And if you go there now, it has had over 100 million views. The 6th type of content marketing we're going to discuss is more of a recent phenomenon, and that is podcasting. So I'm sure many of you listen to podcasts on a frequent basis. Now, many firms are engaging in creating content for podcasts. They're actually creating their own podcasts. And so there they have, an audience that actually wants to listen to them. And if they're providing them with valuable information or entertaining information, then the target audience is more than happy to sit down and listen to them, for 60 minutes or an hour. So here we have a couple of examples of a gym in Dubai, in a fight. They produce their own podcast series. And you can see, it's been a long-running podcast series, episode 665, Yoga for Everyone. And also the Abu Dhabi Culture organization, they also have their own podcast series, where they interview artists and people in the arts. The final type of content marketing we're going to discuss are webinars. So, particularly during this COVID-19 pandemic, we're seeing a lot of webinars that are occurring. Webinars are typically branded environments that actually provide an opportunity for firms to create leads. So you might see a financial advising firm creating a webinar where they're going to give you tips on the stock market or information about where they think the currency exchange rate is going. The goal is that after listening to the webinar, you might then sign up to their financial advising firm and pay to get some further advice. The example that I have on screen here is Virtual Majlis by ADNOC. So, ADNOC is not really engaging in lead generation here, but they're engaging in a branding practice. So they're using this webinar series. They're creating the content for the webinar series, these majlis type discussions, but they're doing it for sort of social responsibility, community engagement, branding, and enhancing their public relations perceptions.